So let's say that one day you come out and check your electric fence. You push the button and you get 0. I can't believe it. Well, no wonder the pigs are getting in. So what's the first thing you check? We're going to go check our charger. We're going to go check our shock box if that's what we have. And then we're going to go check our AC charger if that's what we have. And that's next. On this shock box, we see the light, the indicator light is not blinking, but there's a very faint click. If you can barely hear that. The battery's connected, red, black, and on the charge controller, we see the solar panel is on there. The battery's low. See, the bars are very low, and it shows that the arrow shows that the solar panel's charging the battery. The battery's very low, and the voltage on the battery is 11.5. So even though it's getting solar power, the battery's low. Looks like it's time for a new battery. Now on this shock box, we see the indicator light is not blinking or clicking. There's no click at all. Here's what it should be. Fence load indicator, regular flash, fence okay. No flash, fence is shorted. But that's not the only reason. If the battery's dead, it's not going to be blinking either. The battery's connected. We look at the charge controller. Look at the voltage is way down to 8.0. That's a very dead battery. And look, do we see the solar panel icon? It's gone. The solar panel is not connected and the battery's flashing. It's empty. So what could be the problem? Oh, look at this. There's a wire. The wire from the solar panel came disconnected. So what we need to do is take a plain screwdriver, stick it in the slot, open the slot all the way up, stick the wire in, and tighten it back up, and get a new battery. Now, the other thing to check is if our charge controller says our battery is, here's 7.6 volts, is it telling us the truth or is it lying? Okay. If the charge controller is defective, well, the battery could be 12 volts, but it's telling you 7.6. So the way to check that is connect your voltmeter to the to the battery, and it's telling us 8.0 volts. So it's fairly close. So if your charger is not working, you've got it connected to your battery, and the voltage it says is low. The question is, we know the battery's too low to work, but is there also something wrong with the charger? So let's check the charger. And of course, we've got the charger disconnected from the fence, okay? So we're going to disconnect the battery. We're going to connect the charger now to a known good battery. And when we do that, what do you know? It starts working. So it looks like the charger's okay. It's the battery is the problem. So if we connect our charger to a known good battery and it still doesn't work, the next thing to do is look at the front of the charger to the troubleshooting instructions. And it will tell you how to change the fuses. It's also got the manufacturer's address and phone number and website for more information. Okay, so let's say we have to change a fuse. What we do is push, there's a fuse holder on each side of the charger. There it is, okay? And it's got spare fuses of the correct size in the bag on each side, because some chargers have different size fuses on this side and different size fuses on this side, and you don't want to mix them up, otherwise you'll wreck your charger. So to change a fuse, you're going to push it in, pull it out, and there's your fuse in the fuse holder. Now you can look at it and see there's a little tiny wire in there you can see. And if that's burnt or broken looking, then you've got a bad fuse. You just take a fuse out of the bag, put it in the fuse holder, take it out of this fuse holder and put a new one in. However, there's a thing about fuses, and that is it can look good but still be bad. So next I'm going to show you how to check a fuse. One way to check a fuse, if you don't have a voltmeter, is to hold the metal end of it with your finger and then go up to your smartphone and touch on an app with the other end of the fuse. And if the app opens, well, electricity flowed through your hand and open the app and the fuse is good. The other way is checking it with a voltmeter. Now, to check a fuse with a meter, you put your meter selector on the, I don't know what feature is, the check fuse function, or continuity switch, continuity. And what happens with that is when you have it on the continuity tester, it touches the leads together and it beeps. That tells the electricity is flowing from one lead to the other. Okay, so what we're going to do is check our fuse and see if electricity flows through it, like this. So this is a good fuse. If you touch them on there and there's no sound, it's a bad fuse. Or if the fuse won't open an app on your mobile phone, it's a bad fuse. Put a new fuse in. And to take a fuse out of the fuse holder, you just pull on it. Make sure there's no corrosion. Make sure it fits snug in there. If it's loose and falls out, well, that's a bad sign. The other thing you want to make sure is these little tabs are not broken off. Then it won't fit inside the holder properly and it won't work. So if we have an AC charger, we're going to check that and we see what the light's not blinking and clicking. Gee, no wonder it's not working. And look at that. Ground wire's connected, but the hot wire's not. Let's connect the hot wire. Make sure it's nice and tight. And look at that. Well, it's not plugged in. Let's plug it in. And last but not least, the thing to check to make sure your shock box is working is the ground rod. Okay? Because the electric fence will not work without a ground rod connected. That box could be blinking away happily, but if there's no ground connected, there's going to be no shock. So what you want to look for is the wire connected and tight. If it's loose in there, it should be tight. If it's loose in there, tighten up this screw and tighten it down. And that's essential. Well, now it's working. Our fence is hot. We'll go out and check the fence again with the voltmeter. Make sure.